This is Michael Andrews, host of About Your Money Radio, with your life insurance tip of the day. I believe this is number 5. Listen, the Department of Life Insurance has a term that they use, and it's the word twisting. And you should ask yourself, is your life insurance agent guilty of twisting? And I don't mean this. No, I don't mean the dance. Twisting, and what I'm referring to is a term that the Department of Insurance uses called twisting. In fact, let me just state right now that laws change all the time. They get amended, a lot of different things get done when it comes to life insurance and the laws that govern it. And so just understand things can change, so always check with your Department of Insurance in your state to see if this is even applicable. And the last time we checked, it was. But here is the definition of twisting as it relates to life insurance. As you see here, twisting, a producer, agent, or agent conceals, misrepresents, or makes a misleading comparison that induces you to drop what you have and buy from them. Does it happen? It happens more than you realize, and it is considered a misdemeanor. Well, that's probably not a big deal, right? Misdemeanor is no big deal, right? Well, okay, when it comes to insurance, they don't play. In fact, it goes on to say, insurance fraud prosecuted as a misdemeanor in California may result in a sentence of up to 1 year in county jail, a fine up to $10,000, or both. Does it mean your life insurance agent's going to jail? Maybe not. But the thing is this, twisting is there for a reason. I'm going to ask ourselves, why did they put it there? Why did they put that there? Why? Well, could it be that it has happened before? Was someone induced to buy something that was inferior perhaps, or maybe even the same, but just buy it from us? We're friends, or just buy it. You'd be surprised how there are salespeople as a whole will just do everything they can to make a sale just because it's about the money, not when it comes to what's best for the client, you. And so with that being said, I want to just give you some additional information. Here, take a look at this. Now, this is an example of twisting with respect to a life insurance policy. Let's say you have policy B, and I am bringing to the table policy A. And let's say I'm trying to, provide you death benefit coverage, and I'm going to provide you a living benefit called terminal illness rider at no additional charge. And you're like, well, okay. You tell me, Michael, I have that and I have that, but I also, let's say you have policy B and you have this also, which many cases nowadays, the new type of life insurance has this, and there's no additional cost. So let's say if you have a heart attack, stroke, cancer, then this critical illness rider pays you a percentage of the death benefit with no requirement to pay back. But it doesn't stop there. Let's say you have this chronic illness. And because you have policy B, I'm trying to tell you policy A is better. What would you think about me? What would you think? You'd probably go, really? And let's assume that the cost base is about the same per month. Now, when you think about that, you really have to ask yourself, what's this policy A agent trying to do to me? And you have to ask yourself a question. Should I do this or no? And you have to realize that when you already have a life insurance policy, according to regulations, in fact, in California, there is a requirement that we must have you sign a form. It's called a notice regarding replacement. I got one of the forms here when it comes to a client who already has life insurance. In fact, I'm holding one right now. Client signed this one. In fact, it goes, I'm gonna read this to you because this is very important, and you'll find that there are agents out there that will put on the application that their client or prospect currently has no life insurance, just so that they don't have to have the client sign this form. And the form clearly says, are you thinking about buying a new life insurance policy or annuity and discontinuing or changing an existing one? If you are, your decision could be a good one or a mistake. You will not know for sure unless you make a careful comparison of your existing benefits and the proposed benefits. Well, let's go back to the example to compare. Do the careful comparison. If you have policy B, and I'm trying to tell you that policy A is better for you, then what would you do? What's really in your best interest? And the cost base is about the same. And let's say maybe you're paying even cheaper than what policy A is trying to do for you. See, this here in this case, as you can see, you having policy B is so much better. And so with that being said, there's a signature that's required. in order for this application to be submitted. And even if the agent submits the application without this and they indicate that there's additional life insurance, believe me when I tell you, the life insurance carriers will know if there's another life insurance policy out there that's of significance. And they will ask the agent, hey, what about this? And we've seen on many occasions where the life insurance agent said, oh, they're canceling that, when in fact they had no intention at all. And so what happens here goes on to say, every life insurance carrier says, we are required by law to notify your existing company that you may be replacing their policy. When one company informs another, then the agent will usually call you and say, hey, I understand you're trying to replace. And it's usually at that time they're trying to save the sale, even though they may have an inferior product. Yeah, it happens. And so I want you to understand that there are agents out there who are guilty of twisting. And you need to be informed. As a consumer, you need to be informed. And in fact, nowadays, with electronic signatures in place, I mean, things have gotten so much easier as it relates to just submitting a life insurance application. I can do something in 20 minutes. I don't have to go meet a client. I can do it over the phone, do it on the internet, and we're good. Do electronic signatures, send them the link to an encrypted file, and we're good to go. But you always want to have a copy of your life insurance application that's being submitted for review. You do. You want to actually make sure that your agent actually indicated on the application that you currently have life insurance. And if they indicated no and you do, chances are they do not want you to see the form that is required to be signed. Yeah, chances are. So, you know, and I'm just saying too that many life insurance agents are absolutely good, full of integrity, good integrity, and reputable, but it's always those few, right? One or two that just mess it up for everybody. And so I just wanted to let you know. And in fact, if you have any questions, in fact, if you feel that you've been a victim of this twisting and maybe you want to file a complaint or things of that nature, I would recommend that you speak with the agent, that if they're available, and talk with them, get some clarity and some understanding. If that doesn't work, then maybe your option is to contact the Department of Insurance in your state. Here in California, here's the website, Department of Insurance website for California, and here's the phone number for you to call if you should have any questions. Now the website is there, insurance.ca.gov, and if you're not in California, then go to your internet search browser and type in Department of Insurance, type in your state, and then you'll get links to their website for you to contact them. Okay, I trust that this is giving you some insight, giving you a little bit of understanding. And I'll tell you this, ignorance is not an excuse here, because every life insurance agent, when you're studying for the exam, on the books that they give you, and on the online training, on the very first module, usually within the very first couple of pages, is the term twisting, to let the proposed agent know what it is, what you shouldn't be doing, things of that nature. So we're informed on the first 2 pages of what the definition of twisting is. So ignorance is not an issue here. Every one of us who has a life insurance license has been told this. So, you know, as it relates to punishment, the laws are different in every state. Things change all the time, but it is an offense that the Department of Insurance, they do not welcome that, I should say. I'm putting it nicely. They don't play. And we've seen agents lose their license over misdeeds when it comes to consumers. We've seen it. You need to be informed. So I hope this has helped you. This is Michael Andrews. If you have any questions, just give me a call, 916-238-8282. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.